Hello everyone. Welcome to this session on data visualization in which we will be talking about the show me menu. Before going to the Tableau screen and looking at what exactly is the show me menu and how we will be working on it, let's talk about the first visualization that is present in show me menu, that is the text table. A text table is a fundamental component in data visualization that presents the data in a tabular format. It is a structured way of displaying the data where rows represent the individual records and columns represent the different attributes or dimensions of the data. This format is especially useful when you need to show the precise values or make detailed comparisons. In a text table, each cell contains a data point and the rows and columns are organized logically to facilitate easily analysis. You can use the text tables to display a wide range of information, including the sales figures, survey responses, or any data set with the well-defined categories. Text tables provide the flexibility to include the various dimensions and measures in your analysis. For example, in a sales dataset, you can have the columns for product names, sales regions, salesperson names, and the corresponding sales figures. During our practical demonstration in Tab, we will explore how to create, customize, and format the text tables to effectively present your data. You will learn how to arrange these dimensions and measures, apply sorting and filtering, and make your text tables visually appealing to convey insights efficiently. This foundation knowledge of text tables would be invaluable as you delve the deeper into the world of data visualization with Tab. So let's not waste the time and go to the tab screen and see how we can create the text table. So right now I'm in my Tableau screen, and here on the right hand side you can see that there is this show me menu. This show me menu is used to create different kind of visualizations. The first one in this list is the text table. Now to create a text table, you need one or more dimensions and one or more measures. How do I know that? Because if you look below over here where it says select or drag the data, so as I go to the text table, you can see there is this information given that for text tables, you need one or more dimensions and one or more measures. That means if I pick up any dimension or measure, I would be able to create a text table. So let's see any dimension over here. Let's say I'm choosing this subcategory and then I'm choosing the sales. So now the text table has been created. But sometimes the text table won't be created directly as you double click on your data. And to convert your data visualization into any kind of text table, you can go to this option. If you click over here, it will change your visualization to the text table. Now, the other method of creating a text table is if you just close the show me menu and clear the screen. If I again click on this subcategory, and this time instead of double clicking on sales, I can drag this sales to the text. This would create a text table form. So this is the other way of creating a text table if you don't want to use the show me menu. Or let's say if it was not creating this kind of chart and it was creating a different kind of chart. For example, if I drag the sales in the size and it is creating this chart. So if I want to convert it into the text tables, I can directly go to the show me menu and choose the text tables from over here and it would give me the text table. Now, since I already have this text table, let's talk a bit about it. So in the text table, you can see the data is represented in the form of rows and columns. Here, the columns are the subcategory and the other column is the sales. And the rows are the different subcategories that are present in the data. So over here, I can see the subcategory wise sales. This is known as the text table. In the text table, there are multiple options and formatting options that you can apply on the top of it. For example, if you want to sort the data, if you want to sort the data in the descending order, you can click over here and sort the data in the descending order. If you want to sort it in the ascending order, that can also be done by clicking on the other icon, which is to sort the data in the ascending order. If you want to sort the data in the alphabetical order, let's say from A to Z or Z to A, you can also do it. To do that, what I'll do is I choose subcategory option and here I'll try to apply the sorting. And you can see here this option visualize this. Now I have this A to Z option over here and this was not present earlier. But as I went over here and click on the sorting icon, it came because the sorting was applied to the sales earlier. So now it has arranged the data in A to Z format and it is being increased in the ascending order. But what if I want to see it in the descending order? I can again click on it and it would arrange my data in the descending order. So this is the other way in which you can do the sorting. If we talk about the formatting options, there are wide range of formatting options that are available for the text tables. The first one is that what if we want to see the total for this? Let's say if we are talking about subcategories and we already know what is the sales for each subcategory that is happening over here. But I want to see the total of these sales. To do that, what I can do is I can go to the analysis option. Over here, I have this total options. In the total options, you can choose this option where it says show column grand totals. If you click over here, the total for this would be shown. If you want to fit this whole text table in the entire canvas, you can go in the standard option. And instead of standard, you can choose entire view, fit height, fit width, and standard according to you. Right now, I'm choosing this fit height option, which would fit my visualization into entire height of this canvas. So now I can see the grand total easily. Let's talk about any other kind of text table. Let's say this time I am choosing some different options. For example, if I'm choosing a hierarchy, so I know that these category options over here contains of different subcategories. Every subcategory is present inside a category. So what if I want to show it in the form of a hierarchy or a group data, let's say. So for that, I double click on this category, then I'll double click on the subcategory, and I can choose any measure. Let's say this time I'm choosing the profit option. Over here, you can see this subcategory has been grouped and put it into the category option, where I can see the different subcategories present inside the category. And also for that, I can see the different values of the profit for each of the subcategory and the combined category. And this time, again, I want to see the total. But over here, the other thing would be also applied, which is known as a subtotal. So now to see the subtotals over here, what I can do is I can go in the analysis option. Over here is the total option, and I can choose add all subtotals. Over here now I can see the subtotals for each of the categories. This would give me the brief idea of how each category is performing along with how the total subcategories are performing. So the next option would be the formatting option. If we talk about the formatting options, we have already looked at the different kind of formatting options that are available in Tableau. But what are the specific formatting options available for this kind of texting? Let's right click on this and choose the format option. Here in the formatting option, the different kind of formatting options are available. The first one is to change the font of this. If you want to change the font of this text table, you can do it with the help of font option. Here I can choose the different font, the font size, and even the font color. And this would change the font color also. The important one over here is the shading option. In the shading option, if you see, I have these three parameters, the sheets, the rows, and the columns. Over here in the rows, I had this option of totals and grand totals. When we were working with the formatting option, I told you that we'll be working with this total and grand total as we move to any visualization. So here, if you see in the total option, I have this option of pane, and over here, I can choose any color option that I like, and it would apply that color to the totals. If you want to apply the different color, different kind of totals, let's say for the subtotals, I want to keep this color only, but for the grand totals, I want a different color. Let's say this time I'm choosing this blue shade. I can do that also. And it would apply different shades of color for different kind of totals. For the subtotals, this color, and for the grand totals, this blue shade of color. So this is one of the way in which you can try to differentiate the grand total and the subtotal in your text table. Now let's create any other kind of text table. Let's say this time I'm again choosing the sales word subcategory, but I'm choosing it region wise. So what if I double click on this region? Now you can see the subcategories have been listed along with each regions that are present in our data. So there are multiple regions present in the data which are showing in the column shelf, and the subcategory showing in the row shelf, and the data which is present over here in the numeric format is a sum of sales. This time I again want to see the subtotals and the grand totals. So for that, what I'll do is I go in the analysis option, I choose the total option, and I can choose the show column grand totals option over here, and it would do the total for me for each column. But if you want to see it for the rows also, there is an option available for that also. You can again go in the analysis, choose the totals option, and here you can choose the show row grand totals option. If you scroll it towards the right, you can see that the grand total of rows is also available now. So this is the way in which you can try to create some different text tables. In sheet 2, if you go, I created a basic text table over here, and we did the grand total option. Then the next one, we did the subtotal options along with the grand total options, and we also saw how to format it a bit if we want to apply different color codings to different kind of totals. The last one was over here in which we try to apply different columns and different rows to our text table. And over here also we have done this grand total wise, also the column wise grand. So this was all for the text table. I hope this was clear to you. In the next session, we'll be talking about a different kind of visualization. Thank you.